10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
From the ground up productions presents
the Hood Court.
Have you been violated?
Fuck you, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Did somebody do you dirty?
You are not the Hood.
So taking the Hood Court.
To get the Hood Card Revoked.
Street justice will be served, cause everything is based off the code of the streets.
Now let's get into it.
Please rise. Court is now in session.
All right. Court is now in session. We pulled up late. It's BP time. Everybody in the hood always come late anyway, so y'all can't judge us. We only on that hood time. This is hood shit. This is Hood Court. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, hoodlums and hood rats. Y'all already know what it is. You are tuned into the Hood Court, and today we are going to be basing everything off of hood rules, and everything is based off of the code of the street. Yes, you heard me right. Based off of the code of the street, we will be finding out who will be getting a hood card revoked today. Poppy Fortune, why don't you go ahead and let them know who's on trial for today, and then we're going to get into our promos.
Welcome to another episode of Niggas Are Never On Time. Our first case is Ksoo versus his pops. So apparently Ksoo and his dad allegedly went and killed the guy who killed his brother. And when they got caught, his father told the police everything. Can we pull up that article?
Wait. Before we get into that, just tell them everybody who's on, and then we're gonna get back to it. Yeah. Then we got our promos we gotta do.
All right.
Ksoo, what this name?
We're talking about Ksoo and his father. We can call him Ksoo Senior.
Yeah, his name is Abdul Robinson Senior.
And what's the charge?
He
Snitching.
He snitched on his son for a crime he brought his son to do. Like, yo, come on, dog. If y'all did this, we gonna put the allegedly on it, because you know y'all ain't no guilty verdicts. We don't want to get sued. Right. But if y'all did this and you bring your son, right? It's like, how you telling him? Like, you supposed to be the mastermind.
Going into it yet?
Order in the court. We are not getting into the Don't state the evidence as of yet. All right, you know
that's what happens when you get high before the show. Because we just said that to him already.
Order in the court. Don't be blowing up the spot. So what? It's 420 every day for him. Okay. All right. So listen, we're gonna get back to that, but first let us do our quick little promos. We first gotta let y'all know that there is an event going down. Let's put that up there. All right, big shout out to Shaka T. Absolutely, it is going down at Jay-Z Sports Bar in Middletown, New York, 130 Dawson Ave. He is having a birthday bash. That's right, this is the Gemini Affair, all black affair, Victoria's Secret dance party. Hot 97 is going to be there. DJ New York is setting it off. Naija Chanel is going to be performing. This is happening on June 4th, Saturday at Jay-Z Sports Bar. Guys, get your tickets now. Get your tickets now. Put that back on the screen, please. Get your tickets now. Y'all need to pull up, hit the number on the screen, or you can look it up. Is there a number on the screen? Because I can't see. No, okay. Boom, boom, boom. There is a dress code. But anyway, you can look him up, Shaka T, or you can hit me up and I can let y'all know how to get them tickets. It always go down with Shaka T events. Ain't nothing no better, nothing more doper than what he put out. So make sure y'all pull up, okay? Now, who we got? We got July 23rd, baby. Y'all know what's going down. I'm going to be hosting that joint. Poppy Fortune is going to be on stage. Yellow Pound Cake is going to be on stage. King Charlie Prince is going to be on stage. And a few others. I'm talking, listen, let the video speak for itself. And then we're going to get back into it. Let's go. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lady Miz, and I got a public service announcement. That's right. 5G Entertainment presents the 6th annual reunion party on July 23rd, 2022. It's going down 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 8 p.m. Let me tell y'all who's going to be hosting that joint. You got me, your girl, Lady Miz, in the building, and the one and only Chucky Chuck, baby. That's right, it's going down. Queens, New York, Springfield Park. But let me tell y'all who is going to be performing, y'all. Like I said, super dope, super hot. Check it out. We got the beautiful and talented, legendary Melissa Morgan doing all her hit songs. And we got the #1 DJ Red Alert goes berserk. Boy, that's right. We also got the Goddess Sound in the building, Sedan, Dan. And we got the #1, my homie, Mikey D in the building. And of course, if Mikey D is there, who else gonna be there? The Clientele Brothers, baby. That's right. Big shout out to Eddie OJ. You already know what it is. We got Lot Picasso. Oh my God, Van Silk, George Mason, TT Valley. There's a band that's going to be there called Second to One. T Productions, DJ Crew, DJ Divine, Can Do, Infinity Machine, the Almighty Force Brothers, Poppy Fortune. Like I said, like it's going down for real. Y'all don't want to miss this, so y'all better pull up. I'm going to see y'all there though. Let's get it. Yeah, so make sure y'all pull up. July 23rd is going down. Springfield Park in Queens. The platform reunion. It happens every single year. Big shout out to Chucky Chuck and the 5G Entertainment is going down. Now, guys, please, if you need any websites done, if you need a book cover, if you need any graphic designs, make sure y'all hit up Logoica. That's LOGOIKA.com. Make sure y'all hit him up. He is amazing with his work. Actually, what you see back here, the Hood Court, he created that for us, okay? He created, if you go to my Lady Miz page, everything is custom made specifically for me. This ain't no drag and drop shit. Stop playing, you know what I mean? This ain't no drag and drop shit. Yeah, fuck it up, all right? I'm sorry. Everybody getting fired today. So, all right. So, also, he also did Boss Chips. If you look at everything on there, everything was custom made for my potato chip company, guys. If you haven't already, I need you to make sure y'all go support your girl. Don't just hit me up trying to find out how can I get on. You ain't even buy a bag for $2.19, but you want to know how you could get on the bag. If you ain't even taste the chips, why you want to know how you can get on the bag when you ain't even taste the chips? Come on, black people, stop doing her shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop, just stop. Okay, understand this is an investment. You understand? I'm gonna say what it is because it is what it is. It's Hood Court. You want me to talk another way? Catch me on the first show on Mondays or Tuesdays, and I might lighten it up for you. But when you come here on Wednesdays, it's hood shit, and we not filtering nothing. Okay, everything is hood. Now, what else we got? Oh, you didn't put the flyer up. Boom, everybody. This is a website you can go to. I sent you earlier.
What website?
The Boss Chits. You put the wrong thing up. It should have the little fire that I sent you earlier. Oh, okay. He ain't got it. Yeah. Whatever, guys. Make sure y'all go to bossmovechips.com and purchase the chips. It is, if you buy a case, you get them at a discount. I'm looking for brand ambassadors. So if you want to be a brand ambassador for Boss Chips, there are some incentives that you get if you want to be a brand ambassador. Who's guilty, y'all? I don't know. Maybe we is, or maybe he is. You know what I'm saying?
Put it all on me. Put it all on me.
His hood card is getting revoked today.
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay.
I'm taking everybody down with me. My car gotta go.
All right. So last but not least, I just want to let y'all know that I got a new single that's going to be coming out soon. And this joint is called Riding. Yes, this is for adults only. As I told y'all, this is not my first Get Sexy song. I got Touch Me and I got Take It Slow. Those are the sexy songs for the adults only. All right. So I always make sure I like to put that in there. If we want to talk dirty, make sure we're doing it for the adults. This is for your mother and your father, not for the kids. So send them kids to bed and then put on Riding because it's about to go down. Now we're about to get into our regular scheduled program.
You're now tuned in to From the Ground Up Productions. And you're listening to Talk Therapy with Lady Miz. Broadcasting around the world.
I think that said the name of the wrong show. I'm not gonna hold you. But we here at Hood Card.
We just fuck it up all the way around.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. Today, we pulled up late, then fucked up, missing shit. This is
what happened to you in the Hood Court.
For real. This is a Hood Court for real. Today is really hood.
Yeah,
Look, this is episode 6. You know what to expect.
Can't get right.
Yeah. And I was
Charlie Prince to the building.
I was happy pushing that button too. I thought I had the right shit.
Yeah, look at his ass like, yo, I'm not that high, bro. What?
You think that shit with confidence?
Yeah,
You thought he really killed it.
I forgot we don't have one of those for Hood Court.
Nah, I'm gonna get one. Don't worry about it. I'm working on it. We still kind of ghetto over here. You know what I mean? Still kind of ghetto. You know? Big shout out to King Charlie Prince. I see you pulling up. What's good, y'all? King Charlie Prince is gonna be up on that stage July 23rd with Poppy Fortune and Yellow Pound Cake, DJ Red Alert, the legendary Melissa Morgan, Mikey D, the Clientele Brothers, and so many others. And I will be hosting that. So make sure y'all pull up. Yes, y'all. Share this if you haven't shared this yet. Make sure you hit that notification button. Make sure y'all hit the like button, comment. Let us know what y'all think. We're about to get into these people who are being brought on trial at the Hood Court to find out if their Hood Card is getting revoked. I'm going to fall back and let them do what they do. Let's go.
All right. So I started this early, but now we into it. First case, we have Father of the Year candidate Aiden Robinson Sr., also known as Ksoo Daddy, for masterminding a plan to get revenge for the killing of his son, allegedly, that led to both of them being arrested and him telling on his son. Ksoo is now facing life in prison for murder, while his father watches the playoffs.
Wait.
His father's home?
I would assume if you snitching and ain't coming home, I don't know what's wrong with you. That just sounds like dumb planning.
Well, first, let's figure something out here. Ksoo Low? Because
no, Ksoo, not Ksoo.
Yeah.
Even though I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is gonna show my age. Only thing I know Ksoo for doing is being in one of the Def Jam games. Like,
you high too?
Yeah.
Something up with him. He got the picture up there mad long.
I thought he was about to read the article.
That's what I thought he was gonna read the article.
Look, I was about to read the article. Look, let's go, because I want to know if he's free or not.
No, I don't think he. You want to know if he's free? Let's read the article.
Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Let's get these.
Let me read the article for y'all.
I'm about to say you closest. I don't even trying to put on these glasses.
Nobody want to wear their glasses. Hood shit.
All right, his name is Abdul Robinson Sr. He was charged with being an accessory to the murders of Charles McCormick and Damon Rothwell. I don't know. And he's still in jail. He's a court document show he's still in jail. So he snitched and he's still in jail.
Oh, you snitched to go to PC, bro?
According to them, the attorney told Hakeem Robinson and Abdul Robinson Jr. that their father is now cooperating with the prosecutors. So
he snitched to go to protective custody. You ain't even snitched to come home.
Yeah,
Right.
he's straight up.
You ain't even. But then again, he might not have went back to court yet, so the judge can certify the deal, and he can come home and watch Steph Curry in the finals.
So let me get this right, because I need to understand, sir, what the charges are and what rules is he violating, what code of the streets is he violating. So you're telling me that he is the father and he snitched on his own son for a crime that he had them both commit? Is that what we're talking about?
All right, so allegedly, Mr. Abdul, he's a bit of a gangster. We gonna put it like that.
Well,
And
then
Mr.
shit,
Abdul.
not guilty then. I don't want that motherfucker coming after me.
Well,
Look, but Mr. Abdul supposedly influenced both of his sons to go into the street. One of his sons was killed. And in retaliation, allegedly, and yes, condolences to that young man, prayers up for that young man. In retaliation, he masterminds a plan, allegedly, where him and his son go and get their get back. And apparently it wasn't a very good plan because they're in jail right now.
And then he turned state's evidence.
Yeah.
So basically, he's allegedly he's turned state's evidence
Okay, all right.
on his sons.
On his sons, which is crowing his son. Like, that's crazy. You tell your son, yeah, we got to go ride on them. And then when y'all get caught, it was like, it was his idea. He did the shooting. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot of violations, y'all.
That's a lot,
That's way too many.
Headphones down, please. That's because of my ear. All right. That is a huge violation, and on so many levels. So let's be specific on what hood rules was violated and what code of the streets did he break specifically, please.
Snitching, definitely. Protecting your children, we call that a hood rule. Don't involve your children in your mess.
Yeah, that's an unwritten rule. That's not even a hood rule.
Don't get your kids locked up unless it's like you absolutely have to. And like, this is not an absolutely have to. My man said it's you and me, young blood. It's you and me.
Yeah, that's foul.
That shit is foul.
That is foul.
Yo, okay, so here's the thing.
I hope that ain't true though.
Yeah, I hope it's not either. But
here's the thing. He violated on so many levels. Again, like you said, when we talk about the code of the streets, he did snitch. Even though, like, I really don't like that when it comes to the hood, because I'm gonna tell y'all fuck with me and mine. I'm telling.
Wait.
I'm
But
telling.
you
did the crime, do the time. What you talking about
with them? So you know, if the way I look at it is, if you do a crime with somebody, snitching is doing something with somebody and then telling so that you could get a lesser time. Then instead of doing your time now, I don't look at if you do something to me and I tell the police on you because you did something to me, even though I wasn't doing nothing to you. That's not snitching.
Okay, all right.
Hold on. We got a clap button. Clap for that one. Because here's the issue. Way too many of y'all don't know what snitching is. If you commit a crime in front of somebody who does not commit crimes and they tell on you, they are not snitching. They're doing their civic duty by informing the police of criminals and illegal activity.
That's
Exactly.
If you get caught for doing it and you tell on your mans or even your op, you snitching because you are supposed to uphold the code of a criminal. And a lot of y'all don't. And look, some of y'all be calling the old lady down the block a snitch. Whole time, you know your homeboy that told on 4 people you know.
Facts.
All right.
Facts.
All right. So what's his name? Ksoo?
No, that Ksoo was his son. His name is Abdul Robinson Sr.
Ksoo is an up-and-coming rapper.
Abdul looked real hood to me. I'm kind of scared to revoke his hood card. He looked like he might take my motherfucking hood card. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't trust the shit. Let me put his picture. Let me see him again. Let me see what he look like.
Oh, you want to see what he look like?
Yeah, let me see what he look like.
Well, look, we're going to put it like this. Based on the stories that are being told, I got to vote for him to be revoked. And then if they're not true, we're going to come back to this.
All right. So listen, at the end of the day, he can't find this brother. If he did what he did and he snitched and he told on his sons and he did all of that. And as a father, I mean, your job is really to protect your kids. We all know that. It takes a village, right? So how is you out here violating period, breaking the laws, doing crime with your kids when you should be out there teaching your kids better? He violated hood rules on so many levels, because just because it's hood don't mean it got to be bad. Y'all got to understand, breaking the hood rules means that you're doing something dirty that you're not supposed to be doing. And we not really with the shits. That's what that shit mean. Okay, so his hood card getting revoked? Do y'all think
if what is said is true, his hood card is getting revoked, I also want to say King Charlie Prince is right. Look, if you are somebody in the streets and you see somebody committing a heinous crime, like crimes against children and elderly, and you don't want to handle it yourself, that is a situation where you are allowed to call the police and you not snitching. Because, dog, that don't got nothing to do with the streets. You understand me? Absolutely. So King Charlie Prince is not wilding with that one right there. But yeah, if everything they say is true, he's guilty. And then especially, like, Ksoo is an up-and-coming rapper out of Jacksonville, and Jacksonville has pushed some new rappers. Young and Ace, Julio, they're coming up, and a few others are coming out of Jacksonville. Now, this kid is poised to be the next one to go, poised to change the life of him and everyone that comes after him. And you got him tied up in a murder, allegedly, and told on him, allegedly.
Well, Yellow Pound Cake said his card is revoked.
Yeah. If this is true, your card revoked, bro. You better appeal if it's not.
All right. So you got your verdict?
Yeah, he's revoked.
Anybody else want to give their verdict? The jurors out there, you are the jurors. Anybody watching the show, if you heard what happened and you could give your verdict right now, because we are about to put in the verdict. We're about to give the verdict. So give your what do the jurors get? I didn't forgot what it is.
Put in your votes.
Put in your votes. So we got one vote. So you said guilty of revoke.
Yeah,
you said revoke. I'm gonna say revoke. Yellow Pound Cake said I don't see anybody else putting it in there. So if you guys do not want to participate in the jurors because you scared he gonna come for your ass, you little punk ass motherfucker, you little scary ass nigga. Let me stop. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm only joking.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
All right, so listen, we got revoke. That's what it is, guys. So I'm gonna let Poppy Fortune go ahead and take it away and tell what's going on with this verdict.
So, Ksoo's pops Abdul Robinson Sr.'s card has been revoked for snitching.
All right.
And ruining his son's career. But I will say, if Ksoo can get found not guilty of this, better hire a meat lawyer or something, bro. If you can get found not guilty, your career going to the moon. Just look at the baby. If you can get off with killing somebody, you're going platinum.
So y'all heard it. Order in the court. Absolutely. His hood card has been revoked. All right. I keep saying I got to get some nice sound effects for that. I'm going to work on that in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Now, who do we have next on trial?
While we're on the topic of jail and prison, we have YSL and Young Thug. Now, everybody knows they're using Young Thug's lyrics against them in court, which is now illegal in the state of New York, except for certain circumstances. So, like, bro, keep it honest, they're going to use your lyrics against you. But now they want to ban his attorney from the case. They're saying that his attorney might be a witness or a suspect because he was there during the raid. And I just want to say, if you have a feeling that the police are going to come arrest you or raid your property, it's smart to have your lawyer there.
Yeah.
Now, on top of this, Young Thug's assets are more than likely frozen, which means if they ban his attorney, who, like, if you wonder, well, how does he have an attorney with his assets frozen? That's where you pay the retainer in advance. But if they ban him from trial and they ban his law firm from trial, then guess what? Young Thug doesn't have any official money on the books to pay for an attorney. And if he does end up paying for an attorney, unless somebody openly gives him a loan, if he does pay for an attorney, they're going to use that in court against them.
No, I'm just curious, though. What violation is it happening here? I don't see any. Only thing I see is that, he spoke on he just told his lyrics on a song, but who knows if they're true or not?
Honestly, those lyrics were crazy. I don't know. Do you happen to know? You don't happen to pull up, do you?
The lyrics? No, I don't have his lyrics up.
And we just wanted to touch on this because we brought it up last week, so we just wanted to touch on it, let people know what was going on with it, and then continue on, unless you had something to say on it.
Nah, I don't know. He uses, you say something, you got to be careful what you say. You never know. You know the man's listening. Hip-hop police are always listening. So if it's real, you're not saying, well, then again.
About to say, hold on, your era was rapping. She rapped about a murder he committed in 92 all the way until he turned himself in.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this, though. The kids now are making it a habit of just getting out there doing something and getting right on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and rapping right about every crime they committed.
No, I'm not gonna hold you. I've heard several songs where they just name the entire song in just 4 minutes of them naming dead people. It's like it's not even no bars or nothing. Just Low Timmy, Big Bobby. It's like, yo, is this a confession, bro?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see no violation there. He just told his lyrics and they violating him. They're using everything you say will be used against you in court. So that's what's happening to him right now.
But what about them trying to ban his lawyer? Like, that sounds excessive. Like, that's straight out of power.
That's just a power move. I don't see that as there's corrupt politicians do it what corrupt politicians do.
Big shout out to Tyler Mix. Tyler Mix is another one of the judges on the show. He couldn't be here today, but I mean, he might still pull up if he could pull up, but just want to shout him out so y'all know that he still exists and he is still a part of the Hood Court. So tell me what Hood violations have been done here with this case.
With this one, we were just touching on it because we brought it up last week. Just let people know what's going on, have a little bit of discord about it. And if you want, we can continue on. Because there are no hood violations.
There is no hood violations.
No, there's no hood violations in this. I would say that the United States government is violating that man's rights if they remove his attorney.
Yeah.
But,
you know, black people, when we do crimes, we got to think about who's the one that's charging us and the things we're doing, because they'll make sure they screw the hell out of you.
And I feel like they lying about what he's doing. Like he might have done some of that, but they said he committed 70% of the crime in Atlanta. Like, that's a lot of crime, bro. That's a lot of crime to blame one group for.
I'm curious now that he's in jail, did the crime stop?
No.
Okay,
so it's like, well, how did he commit 70% of the crime? Well, y'all don't have 30% as much crime now that he's gone.
Nah, let's move on from that guy.
So nobody's getting their Hood Card revoked. So I don't even know why they was in court. This was just a little charge. Like, what exactly was this for the hood?
A waste of time. I don't know. A lesson.
Okay, well, Yellow Pound Cake said, wait, is that from before?
Yeah, that's
okay,
from before.
okay. All right. So then now where are we moving on to now?
We can move on to Jack Harlow and Brandy. About a week ago, I don't know, Jack Harlow was on a radio program and he didn't know that Brandy and Ray J were siblings. Which is like, I thought everybody knew that. Like, that just seems like a common black fact that Ray J, no matter what he does, is always Brandy's little brother.
Okay. All right. So
Brandy, they had a little playful back and forth, and Brandy actually told him that she could out-rap him on his song and released a freestyle over his First Class song.
Wait, she said that to who, please?
She said that to Jack Harlow.
Okay. All right.
Y'all want to hear that?
Which we do have it to pull up.
All right, so let's hear. Evidence is being presented to the courts.
Let's hear this. Because this is my first time hearing it.
This is also going to be my first time hearing it. So don't mute our mics because people should hear our reactions. This beat is fire.
G. Welcome back. Concord. You forgot about me? Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is world famous, one of the greatest living legend. Did I mention my resume is amazing? The game need a breath of fresh air and I'm breathtaking. Painted pictures, Cinderella scriptures, but that don't mean Jack in the streets.
I'm not gonna hold you so far. She's sliding on Jack.
Queen's cancel, but you could never cancel a queen. Crown concrete stone, an angel in disguise of Rome, the earth god, like the son of Jehovah's own. I bear witness to my second coming. 100 miles I'm running, still getting money from Mo to the I overdone it. Over 20 years and I'm still a topic. A picture's worth $1 million, now I'm feeling drop it. 43 and feeling like a kid with millions watching. Popular, but now I'm popping shit for those out of pocket. I win diamond, guess I'm still a gold mine shining. This black excellence at its finest. Don't call me Brandy no more, call me your highness. Built tougher than my brother Ray J glasses. Chris is passion, you woke up a beast, now it's madness. Singer slash rapper slash actress, and reaching for the crown. You might get a handful of thorns, or maybe you just wanna be down. I put on for my women, boss chicks and kings, put respect on my name. I was here before memes, skinny jeans and dope fiends, high on lean. I'm high off life, and most times that's all you need. Ain't no more to my story as my chapter is new again. Back on top of the world, sky's blue again. Doing something that people thought I'd never do again. For the fans, the hustlers and hooligans. Yeah.
Hey.
She slid on that.
Yo, Brandy killed that shit out.
Voice wild raspy. I don't know why she rapping like Jadakiss, but like, that was fire. Like, yo, Jack, you gotta respond to that, bro, because she really said she was gonna cook you your beat.
You need to leave that alone. You need to leave that alone.
Yo, that was
crazy.
I don't see it because
like, yo, you just got smoked by Ray J, big sister, bro. Moesha just cooked you on your own beat.
Mm-hmm. He need to leave that alone.
Why do you say that?
Come on, he smoked her, and then going back and forth.
He
with her.
smoked her.
I mean, she smoked him.
Okay.
It's like, yo, why you not? He shouldn't even go back and forth with her. He lost that. He started it. Let it go. You know, give her that win. Take the L.
On the point if he started it, would we consider him a culture vulture for not knowing like a basic black fact?
I don't know.
Because like I thought everybody knew that like that's
a culture vulture. Why are we gonna hold that in? Nah.
I'm about to say, look, y'all took a second to answer. Like, you had to think about it.
Shit.
Okay, so
I mean, because if you're gonna get into an industry that is, how you say it, a black industry, a black music culture, you should know the culture.
Yeah.
All the way through.
Yeah.
Because I don't care how young you are, how old, he's using that excuse. He's young. They've been in the game for 20 years, over 20 years. Look, you should know that.
I don't know anybody who hasn't seen Moesha.
Maybe he hasn't.
Listen, okay. Tell Mama, we definitely going to touch on that topic in Buffalo, and we're going to talk about Texas too. This is not something that we are going to skip past. We're going to save that for last. But so I do believe the hood rule here for what's his name?
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow is being charged with, first of all, being a culture vulture, not knowing that Brandy was Ray J's big sister, and what's the other charges is being?
Getting out-rapped by R&B singer.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say a female for a minute. I was about to say, oh no, goddammit. Don't be talking that shit. you stuttered a little bit. I heard that shit. He's like, let me say. He said it right there. But you know what? Yeah, she definitely smoked him on that. So listen, I don't know. What you think? Do y'all think he get his hood card revoked?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Jack Harlow ever really had I can't see Jack Harlow going in the hood to do much.
Well, guess what? His ass is in the hood. People playing his music in the hood.
That don't give him the hood card.
Yeah, look, we just be inviting everybody to the cookout.
You can't. Yeah. I'm just about to say, every white guy that does something in the hood don't get invited to the cookout. If he was at the cookout, he got kicked out.
I'm about to say, look, people don't even belong in the damn.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Jack Harlow gotta last at least a year in total. Matter of fact, 2 years before we give him anything. Because you're like, remember Asher Roth and Lil Dicky and Macklemore? Like, bro, he gotta stay on for a second before we get any type of hood pass.
Nah, you know what
But in the meantime, his probationary hood card is revoked.
No, he never had one.
He got to reapply for his probationary card. You can't do nothing with the
He never had
card.
one. He never had one. He just rapped.
Big shout out to Mr. 845. Family pulling up in the building. We see you, Tyler Makes. I see.
That's not really Tyler.
That's not Tyler Makes?
No.
Oh, shit.
That is Mr. 845, the chef. I didn't know that last time. Last time, as soon as we got off camera, I said, which Mr. 845
This whole time, I thought it was C. Listen, we're going to have to bring both of y'all on here because this shit's getting a little crazy. Okay? Yeah. We got two Mr. 845. Y'all got me looking crazy. I don't know which one to say, but look. I said, Mr. 845, I'm gonna leave it like that. So big shout out. I see you. Let's see, because I could have sworn last week some Tyler said it was me. I was like, oh, I thought it was Mr. Chef. All right, so his hood card is he getting revoked? His
hood card, what he has is getting revoked. He haven't really got one.
All right, so guys, you can put your verdicts in if you want to. Oh shit, they ain't even wait. He said, "Fuck that." He didn't put it up there so quick. Come on, let's put it up there. You take it down too fast.
Yeah,
I'm getting annoyed like a motherfucker. What's good? Yes. So
I'm putting it back. Give me a minute.
Whew, Lord Jesus. Okay, do the honors.
Jack Harlow, your hood card is revoked. Please leave the cookout.
His hood card has been revoked.
I don't know who invited him.
All right. Okay. Well, listen, the hood card is revoked. He's out of there. He violated on so many levels. His hood card is most definitely out.
I'd say Drake invited him. Drake definitely invited him.
I mean, shit, if he got a apply to Drake.
Look, does Drake not invited?
Don't talk about Drake. I love Drake. Drake is dope. Shit.
I wasn't
you can't even have the cookout without playing Drake songs. He gotta be there.
No. That don't mean Drake get to invite whoever he wants to the cookout.
Why not?
Because of that. Exactly why you gotta be careful who you put in there.
Let me tell you something.
Drake has invited some weird people to the cookout. Because you remember Conan?
Who?
Got the club turning up on Tuesday. You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, like, all right, so yeah, we got to reevaluate who we let Drake invite.
What did he do?
He was just like, weird.
See, yeah, we gotta be careful. We gotta watch who you invite.
Yo, first of all, it's some people that shouldn't even be at the damn cookout anyway, so it don't even matter.
I can name a few that don't belong at the cookout.
Yeah. So it's
I'm
all
not gonna
good.
say. I'm not saying specific names. So but you know the ones who come to the cookout and don't bring nothing.
he taking the show left right now. He like, y'all motherfuckers that pull up, talk about what y'all got, and they bring shit. You ain't even bring no paper plates or nothing, nigga.
And then they be the same ones that leave with 8 plates.
Yeah, complaining.
They don't come to they
gotta make a side plate for everybody.
yeah. That's everybody that supposed to come with them but didn't come.
Yeah. Shit's bullshit.
I need a plate for my mama, my brother, my sister.
Like, where they at, bro?
All they kids and shit.
Yeah.
All right, so who we moving on to next? And then we gonna talk about them shootings because we definitely gotta address some shit.
Too short.
Yeah, we can move on to Too Short, talking about the new generation. Too Short actually put your generation on trial.
Yeah,
our generation. All right,
Too Short put y'all generation on trial, but I got some stuff to say about him too.
All right, so what we're about to do, guys, I want to know what y'all think out there when it comes to Too Short and what he is saying. We're gonna find out who's getting a hood card revoked. Is it him? Is it us? Is it our generation? Is it the new generation? Let's see what the hell is going on, and what he is talking about, because I think that all the time, this right here is always a topic that we got to discuss. You know, like, and this is some real hood shit right here, because you know what? At the end of the day, we got to learn how to bridge that gap between the old school and new school, right? And people don't even like when you say old school. They take it as a offense, like it's a diss. It should not matter. Like the new school, understand this, one day you're going to be old school. So stop playing yourself. And also the new school, also remember this. Stop telling motherfuckers if they too old. One day you're going to be too old. You think the motherfuckers should tell you can't rap no more? Okay, and if you didn't make it, stop telling motherfuckers that, when you get old, you should just stop. Because guess what? If you didn't make it yet, you about to be the next old motherfucker that didn't make it either. So sit your motherfucking ass down. I know I cuss too damn much. This is Hood Court. What y'all want me to do? Okay, catch me on another classy day.
Benny the Butcher, Conway, Westside Gun, Griselda. And I might be wrong, so no disrespect to y'all if I'm wrong about your age, but they about 40. And they haven't been on that long. But my point is, people say, you too old, you got to quit. Them men are about 40 years old, and they just blew up like 2 or 3 years ago. And then Benny just got made the president of Def Jam. So it's like, how you tell somebody they too old, and my boy blew up at 37.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I might be guys at their age. Like, they might not be that old, but I know they 30-something.
All right.
At least.
All right, so let's see what Too Short got to say, and we're going to come back and discuss this and find out who's actually on trial and who's getting their hood card revoked. Let's get into it.
OG, and you're looking at these youngsters slide in the game, they're getting money, they got hit records, you see it, and you're going, that shit is trash. How is it trash if this nigga's making all this money and all these people like what he's doing? How is that trash? Because when I was a young nigga, they said it was trash, and I knew what the value of it was, and I knew people loved it. And then you just hating on them because it's different than what you did. You like, man, he ain't spitting bars. Like, well, I talked to the young homies. They said he's spitting bars. I was in a room full of everybody that knew Young Thug lyrics. I was the only nigga in the room that didn't know the lyrics. I couldn't hear what he was saying. And they all singing. I'm like, nigga, y'all hear what he's saying? It's like, yeah, nigga. And I'm like, I'm not hating on it, but I'm like, my ear can't hear the words, but they all knew it. So I'm like, I see the value in it.
All right, so who want to go speak on that first?
I feel like he's putting your generation on trial, and I just want to say, like, this isn't the first time that your generation did this. For some reason, the generation before mine likes to say anything that they don't jive with or doesn't like catch their ear. I hate I just said don't jive with.
You said jive turkey. He using old people slang. Your jive turkey.
Like, what is this?
He using the generation before I was
marching with Dr. King. What is going on? Like, anything that they not rocking with, they gonna say they don't listen to. Because let's be honest, in '99. Y'all said AT Aliens. Y'all know what they was talking about. I said Outkast was trash. Y'all said Project Pat and Boosie and Pimp C were trash.
I don't know.
Y'all didn't say the South was trash. Y'all didn't boo the South every time they stepped on stage at the Source Awards. Big Boy and them ain't have to come out and say y'all ain't gonna disrespect the South. That ain't happen. Now, because you moved down South. Before you moved down South, you were probably on the same thing.
No, I wasn't.
And if you weren't, most of your generation was. They disrespected the South, acting like they couldn't. The Outkast, Big Boy, Project Pat, T.I., Lil Wayne. Jeezy got love everywhere. I don't know how that happened. Jeezy, you different. I just want to say that. Congratulations to you. So it's like y'all do this, and now y'all take the new generation. This is the new generation. Even the guys that aren't from down south, you clearly hear the southern influence. The first thing a lot of y'all say is, "I don't understand them," but it's like, yo, bro is speaking crystal clear English.
No.
Yeah,
he bugging
You
out.
bugging, son.
Come on now, I didn't hear y'all say y'all
You
can't understand
wildin',
Pop
son. No.
Only person I couldn't understand was Designer, and I still don't know what my boy was talking about. But the song was hard, so you can't say he's trash because like it takes talent. You can't be trash and make a hit song. It takes talent to make a hit.
Well, no. You can't be trash and make a hit song. Is a lot of times the younger guys, all they care about is the beat. They don't give a damn what
there's plenty of songs with good beats. But guess what? On top of that beat, your melody got to be slapping. You gotta be flowing. And you can't just flow. You gotta have a melody nowadays on top of your flow. You gotta be using your voice well. And even if you're not saying nothing, your rhyme scheme and where you end your rhymes is important. So they're doing all of that right to make it. And then guess what? Even if we don't know nothing they talking about in the bars, because there's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. There's some hits where it's like, bro, you can't rap, but you can make a fire song. So I can't call you trash because everything but your lyrics are hot.
Yo,
Facts, you stay fire.
Yo.
Everything but your lyrics are hot. And then your hook is off the wall. So the song is a hit. Like all go everything. Trinidad James will tell you himself. Trinidad James cannot rap, but Trinidad James can make a song. So
let me address, guys. If you want to call in and give your verdict or speak your piece, you can call in 845-800-9095. That's 845-800-9095. Let me address some things that you said. And then let's go in the row so we don't be talking over each other. So first and foremost, you're right. And then people, y'all can try to deny it if you want to. Me even being a person from the East Coast, we did shit on the South when they was first trying to come out. We did say, what the hell are they talking about? And wasn't really trying to be new. And listen, I love New York. I'm originally from Philly, but I rep New York and I live in the 845. I'm gonna say this all day, every day, but I'm gonna keep it all the way real so people don't want to do that. See, the thing is, at the end of the day, the South took over.
And they didn't take over. Didn't at one point Philly rappers have to hide they were from Philly until they started popping in New York, or New York would have shunned them? Come on now.
In the sense, everybody, it was all about New York. And now really it's all about the South. You can't be mad at the South. They took what they knew how to do and they flipped that shit. The first time I heard a South song, I think it was, and I don't know if y'all remember this, it was, hey, in the middle of the bar, smoking on hay. Look that shit up if you don't know. And I was watching Video Music Box or Yo TV Raps, and I was like, what the fuck is this? The shit was just crazy. But the truth of the matter is, they vibe is dope. And we really can't deny that shit. See, them taking over, it was meant for them to have that shit. I'm sorry to say it. If y'all don't have to, you can be mad if you want. I know, because he's from the Bronx, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Or the truth is the fact that if the South took over, they deserve every bit that they got because they put in that work. They knew how to come together and build and put out what is popping. It's popping now. It doesn't matter if people wasn't feeling it before. They showed motherfuckers that even if you don't believe in our shit, we gonna make it happen anyway. And you gotta respect people for that. You have to. You can't.
And it's like, I just want to say this. And while we were saying the vibe and the flow, people also don't respect Southern lyricists because nobody's going to sit here and tell me somebody like Boosie or Pooh Shiesty or Gucci or Pimp C or Sauce Walker cannot rap. They might not do the New York traditional lyricist thing, which I do like traditional lyricists, but nobody's going to tell me them and the Baby and Lil Baby. Nobody's going to tell me they can't rap and they're not true lyricists.
I never said that. I'm going to tell you something because I'm going to give you a little bit of history because obviously y'all skipped a lot of stuff. Both of y'all.
What do we skip?
I'm explaining to you.
New York thing.
Now I can't
We founded hip hop.
No.
What about y'all founded hip hop? But y'all hip hop was based on a rhythmic poem.
Or the Baylor thing. I let everybody talk. We're gonna listen to me now.
Order in the court. Order in the fucking hood court. Excuse my language.
We're gonna listen to me now. I'm gonna say it like this. When rap first came out, this is a generational thing. Because when rap came out, the generation before us was telling us what the hell is that y'all listening to? So this is not just an OG us saying it to the younger people. It's been said throughout generations of new music.
But now y'all 3 generations of music in still
because
saying
we automatically threw it. Like the South took over. There was a gradual change
Was there?
Yeah, I'm about to explain it to you.
I can't wait to say
Was there? Like, nah, there was not a gradual change. Outkast came out. The Hot Boys. Cash Money took over for the 99 2000s, and it was over.
Order in the court.
Let me finish, because you're not. Before the South even got on it, right? It was the West Coast. It was the West Coast. It was popping. And everybody was like, oh, the West Coast is popping. Before down South Atlanta area got it, it was the Southwest that was popping.
Big Daddy Kane was the top rapper on the planet at one point, right?
No, I'm listen.
Big Daddy Kane's from actually he's from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Terrell, let me finish. Poppy Fortune, let me finish. Poppy Fortune, let me finish. The thing about it is, everybody has their chance. Nobody's saying that, hey, because it's the same thing happened to each coast. The same thing happened to each coast when they got the chance to do it. When the Houston took over, everybody was like, "Oh, look at that! I don't want to hear that." It's the same thing. Nobody's different. I don't know what just happened. We acting like, "Oh man, it's something different happening here." Nah, this is what happens. Everybody has that where nobody want to hear what they got to say, and that just so happens now the South is taking it personal.
But here's the thing. Nobody down south ever said, I don't want to hear none of that West Coast stuff. I want to hear it now. We just vibe to the music if the music is hot. I've never heard people I know from the West or from the Midwest, but like, nah, you have certain people say, nah, I don't really rock with that artist. I don't really rock with artists from this area, from this specific area, because I don't really like that. But nobody says, I just don't rock with. That's some Northeast corridor exclusively.
That's not. That is not true.
Now we rock with our own stuff the most, but guess what?
I tell you what, everybody running down to the South now when they was shitting on number 4. Now they running out there trying to pop off.
Where was Too Short? Too Short to tell you about how much money he made in the South back then. Because guess what? If the music's off, we go.
Too Short will tell you he got rich in California first.
But he also went out. But he also went down
California first. Because I'm gonna tell you,
first. But guess what?
Too Short.
I'm about to shut all this shit down and tell y'all who really started this shit.
Too Short said his music, he was rich before he even left California.
I know, but I'm talking about after he left California, he made a lot of money down south. The same way Master P went out west and he went to the Bay Area and linked up with Matt Dre in the Bay.
It's the same way New York made a lot of money down south. The same way down south is made. You can't tell me the rappers down south are millionaires off of the South alone.
Honestly, they do sell most of their records. Most of the records are sold in the South.
The biggest radio stations in New York are playing.
But guess what? The biggest radio stations in biggest radio stations in New York. But guess what? That's because they've been big radio stations. They get listened to on iHeart. When you look at
iHeart is not even
to cross over down south to really pop off. From before iHeart, it was YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you, they didn't get rich.
And honestly, you said radio stations. I don't know anybody who listens to the radio these days. We go on Hot 97 and Power 105 to watch interviews.
We act like right. How
we want to watch the Breakfast Club and
how new? But you got to think about it. How new is it? It's not. This is new technology. So the South been popping long before the new technology. So let's stop acting like the radio the radio didn't exist for them. The radio created them.
But guess what? The South gave the radio no choice but to play them because when the Billboard top 10 hip hops and 8 of them are from below the Mason-Dixon line, you got no choice but to play that. Because if you're not playing that, nobody's listening to the other stuff.
The reason what happened to New York and the South music is because what happened was this New York started beefing with each other, stopped putting each other on.
And that's what I was gonna say. Here's what the South did. The South said, I'm gonna take your hand, I'm gonna take your hand, we're gonna put each other on with this small beast. Yeah. Pimp C came at the whole Atlanta crazy. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, we got Tyler on the line.
But they all helped each other up. When you look, there's a direct line. There's a direct line from the Dungeon family, which was the first big group out of Atlanta, up to now. Because even Meat from the Dungeon family, which everybody looked at Meat like, who is Meat? Meat is Future. When you look at who's the Dungeon family ladies, his cousin is Master P. Everybody in the South helped each other get on. And when you trace the Dungeon family back, Lil Baby, Coach Q from QC, Future, anybody who Future's put on, anybody who Future's work with, anybody who Gucci's work with, anybody who Jeezy's work with, all traced back to the Dungeon family. How many people have they put on from there? New York didn't do that. Y'all decided to just fight each other for no reason.
Listen,
that's
true. I love New York.
And I'm gonna say this:
okay,
Cash Money took over for the 99 2000s, and New York fell apart. I'm not gonna hold you. Y'all started beefing with each other. Nas and Hov were beefing. Now 50 beef with everybody. Y'all didn't know what to do with yourselves.
Cash Money before you give it to Master P.
No, Master P did his thing. But then when Cash Money took over for the 99 2000s, y'all knew it was over. It was like, they had it since Pac died. Oh, matter of fact, we had this as big time. We had this as big time.
Hold on.
All right, come on. Mick, yo, we got Mr. 845 Tyler Mix in the building. Well, you know, on the phone in the building. Yo, T, can you hear us? All right. What's going on? What's going on?
Ground up, you know.
You already know what it is. Check it.
Yeah, we outside.
All
I had
day.
to pull up. I couldn't really hear Poppy, and big up to you, Poppy. What's up?
What's up?
Poppy?
What is
So
yeah,
listen.
you know me.
All right, let me just say this real quick, okay? So first and foremost, at the end of the day, the comments is funny. A lot of people not really, you know. New York, I love New York.
Comments.
I love New York. I always love New York since day one, okay? And I live in New York, but I still respect the South. And you can't shit on the South. And y'all better respect them too, because they damn sure making shit happen. And I gotta say, us as New Yorkers, we want to run down there all the time and pop off. I can understand why some of them could be kind of mad, because it's like you wasn't giving us a chance to fuck with y'all, and now all of a sudden y'all want to come down here and pop because y'all had that cocky attitude, like I'm better than you on this shit. Hold on, well now we gonna keep it on the way. Hold on, I'm still trying to say
you got this at your piece.
No, I'm just saying. Listen, I love New York, but listen, we gotta keep it real. Mute that? I don't know. I hear talking. So at the end of the day, listen, we know that New Yorkers, okay? And New Yorkers have that cocky attitude. Let's keep it real as New Yorkers, okay? I'm from New York. I'm from New York. I'm from this. Motherfuckers love to say I'm from the Bronx like him. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Brooklyn. Everybody want to be all like say these places and make it look like they're better than everybody else. But everybody got good people, bad people, corny ass motherfuckers, and dope ass people in every city. And at the end of the day, none of these down south rappers really started mumble rap, okay? Y'all want to know who started mumble rap? James motherfucking Brown. Ain't nobody knew what the fuck he was talking about. Okay?
Speaking of that,
somebody get up and do my thing. You
somebody tell me what Busy Bone said.
Okay, what was he saying? He started mumble rap.
Yeah. And even look in the 90s, y'all call people mumble rap. What did Busy Bone say? Just somebody quote Busy Bone bars right now. I'm off your head. Let me see on any song. Let me see.
Wasn't he on with Big Daddy? Not Big Daddy.
No.
Biggie?
No.
He didn't
No. The only thing we know out of his Crossroads verses, they killed my Uncle Charles, y'all. Everything else is come on now. We talking about mumble rappers. Y'all had a man, yo. I just found out recently that Ziggy style, bro was saying chopper style. I was so tripped out when I found that out. I really thought he was saying Ziggy style.
Go ahead, T. Go ahead, T. What you gotta say?
Yeah. Listen. Hip hop started in the Bronx first.
Right. Yes.
That's the mecca of hip hop.
Absolutely.
And frankly, I mean, blending into like the mumble rap and all of that. And Big really brung that shit out though, because he that they call me Biggie, dum 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 dum. Yo, that's where niggas really took that and ran with it.
Nah.
He started. I think he ran. But he was the first one to really. Who started flowing like that? Big was rhyming like that in the early 90s though.
Let me think.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Big was a New York rapper who actually did rock with the South. Because I was just reading something earlier where Hov was talking about how Biggie wanted both of them to move to Atlanta so they can get in with the Atlanta movement and get them boys under them. So Biggie was an artist who rocked with the South, so of course he was going to incorporate that style. And I'll put Biggie in the greatest rappers of all time, but those are the guys who hit the top, are the guys who know how to incorporate that style. Other than that, who's really popping out in New York right now?
Yeah, but
y'all cannibalize yourself.
It's a lot of
young people.
I'm about to say.
But you gotta understand,
y'all cannibalize yourselves. So now the young generation, it's a whole nother sound. And even New York, most of your generation will say the new sound is, it's not New York, it's not New York. It is the new New York. Because New York had to find a new sound when y'all didn't let the young people in.
No,
y'all cannibalized, and I didn't say y'all didn't let them in. Y'all cannibalized yourselves, and there was no lane for young people to get in because y'all blew it up. All
right. Order in the court.
I'm gonna say this, and it makes me mad. And I hate, because it pisses me off when I hear people say y'all didn't let them in. Like we had control. We don't have control of what's played in New York radio.
You have control of what records y'all buy.
Hold up. King Charlie Prince is naming some names here, and I do agree.
Effects.
Das Effect, bum skibbity bum skibbity bum. Right? Because I'm a super cat effect. Yeah,
come on now. Come on now. So we talking about bubble rap. Y'all been doing that.
Food Snickers.
I'll even get the South somebody. Because look at the Yin Yang twins.
I forgot about them niggas. Them niggas is fire.
The Yin Yang twins were fire. But they were literally mumbling, bro.
All right. Listen, hold up. What are the court, guys? Really seriously? Okay, I've been lenient as the hood judge, but I'm about to get real with y'all. Okay, I'm trying to be cool. Y'all talking over each other.
Yeah, I'm about to walk out of here.
People can't hear what the F you say and everybody talking at once. So give the other person some courtesy. Let them finish up what they're saying, and then that way people hear what y'all saying clearly. All right. So go ahead, the silent assassin. Because he was trying to get some stuff out.
Where was that? Where was I at before I was rudely interrupted? Because I forgot now. I would say what I could say that I believe I remember now is that we keep blaming New Yorkers like we were the ones that were saying, "Hey, we don't want this on the radio." It wasn't us. What happened was you have a few radio stations that decided, "Hey, we want to control what's being played." Like they've always done. This has been done since rap started. We control what's being played on the radio. Mm-hmm. So when you look at us and say, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you, the older rappers didn't shun nobody. Some of them did, yes, but there was a lot of them they was trying to put them on. You're blaming a whole New York.
When I say older, what era do you think I mean?
Well, I don't know.
Because I'll be honest with you, it's 2022. 1999 was a long time ago. That is old school. Like, and I was born in 94, but like, not that is old school. Like, I don't know. You think I'm talking about Big Daddy Kane? Like, nah, that's
okay.
Like,
you know what's so
they
funny?
didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, because they was shot out of it too. They were removed from it just like everybody else.
Said they got kicked to the side when Gangsta Rap came out. They was get out of here, KRS-One. Like.
No, but you know what? It's funny you say that because again, you know, what is considered old school has changed. You want to go this far? Forget. You understand what I'm saying? It has changed. So, all right. Well, I had something to say. I didn't totally forgot what the hell it was. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, I want to go back to us talking about the Too Short in the generations, right? Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing. Going back to we do have to find a way to bridge the gap between the old school and the new school. All right. What he was saying is that we do our generation, in a sense, didn't want to accept and was shitting on the new generation. But you got to remember, when our generation started doing hip hop, our parents was like, "What the hell is that?" They didn't understand. And we felt disconnected from them in a sense, right? Yep. I mean, we might have been able to rock to Heavy D, certain things like that, Will Smith, certain songs where our parents rocked out to it too. But once we got into, let's say, the Cool G raps, right? The
NWAs.
Right.
I just want to say Cool G rap is one of the most unsung and unappreciated legends in hip-hop history. Yo, Cool G was like, just please go listen to 4, 5, 6 album. Go listen to that album.
Listen, but at the end of the day, how do we fix this? Because Too Short, what he was saying, is it wrong or not? I don't believe that it's wrong. We have to embrace these young kids, okay? But you know who we should have put on trial, and I don't really want to talk about this because this is a very touchy topic, and we didn't even get to these shootings yet. But I will say I seen my son post a video of these young boys with the guns, like rapping, and they had. I don't know if y'all seen.
Oh yeah, we should have put that on trial.
Oh,
and look, I felt bad.
Where are the freaking parents? I hate to go off topic, but this is horrible. So it brings me back to the disconnect between the old school and the new school. It's okay to be old school. Old school just means you're a veteran in the game. You lay the foundation so the new ones can stand on your fucking back to be seen. That's what that shit means. So you don't shit on them. You know, you gotta help them.
Not for nothing.
Look, I want to say I saw that video and I felt bad because like it's a shame those kids are doing that.
It is.
But that song was fire. Like I was low-key wanting to look the song up, but I felt bad. But like we need to raise these kids better. Have him rap about something positive because the young man is clearly talented. Like
listen, when I seen that, I was like,
hold up. Wait a minute.
I said the same thing.
Right.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
But then
Something ain't right.
I was listening to it and I was like, this song is kind of slapping though. They need to guide this young man. Just keep him in the studio and out the streets because he has a future.
No, but you know what the problem is? And when it comes to hood shit, the problem is that people really want to live that life. Because our generation promoted the shit like it was cool. If you want to rap about it, you better be about it.
I mean, if you want to rap about it, you should be about it.
No, if you're either an entertainer or you're a gangster, but you can't fucking be both.
Oh, no, that's a fact. You shouldn't be currently about it. But if you're going to rap that I kill people and I'm going to murder you and I'm going to do this and somebody runs up on you, you know, a situation where you have to defend yourself, bro, you better be that person. You better not be the guy who I'm gonna murder you, I'm gonna kill you, and somebody snatch your chain, rob you with their bare hands, because that's happened to rappers. They the super killer thug, and then they get robbed by somebody with fists. It's like, I can't listen to you no more after that. You ain't even punching, bro.
These guys are rapping what they see, not what they be.
Yeah. But there's a clear difference. But if you're rapping that I am this, like you have guys like Slim Jesus was one that allegedly, I don't know if he was really out there, but he seems like the type of guy that was not about none of the drill stuff he rapped about. You're putting yourself in a bad position because eventually if you say I am him, somebody gonna say, well, I got to see if you was you.
You know who's saying that? Jealous people.
But at the end of you're right. But at the end, they put themselves around them. You go in the hood, like, come on now. You know you not that. You rap and say, I'm that. And then you go to the hood where clearly at some point, somebody's going to try it. Somebody is going to try it.
Listen, at the end of the day, who's getting their Hood Card Revoked? The younger generation, the older generation, somebody is messing up on here.
I want to say the older generation because they're repeating the same mistakes. And you said you don't have control over what the radio plays. You don't have control over the record you buy. So I want to say something. Triple X Tentacion, right? He went like quadruple platinum with Look At Me. It didn't play on a single major radio station in the country. NBA Youngboy, everything he does goes crazy platinum. He has the most views on YouTube history ever. He gets 0 radio spins on actual real radio stations.
But you also got to understand something because we got to stop acting like them spins are not overrated.
But guess what?
That goes for everybody.
The judge is hot.
But spins actually count up to actual album sales. It takes more spins to count up to an album sale than it actually takes buys. And here's the thing about getting an album sale based on spins. Yes, you have pre-release album sales, which are based on, all right, each listen, even if it's on the song, counts as a sales. You do have artists who go platinum before the albums. But then when you look at artists, when you look at first week sales, it's not counting that. So if you see somebody sold 300,000-400,000 first week sales, you realize it takes what? 1,000 spins for a sale? Think about how much people are actually listening to him. You can no longer put out. Hold on, let me finish. You can no longer put out a whack album with a hot single and go platinum. That people gonna listen to that single, but guess what? When they go to hear the rest of the album and it's trash, it's clipped. You have to, and that's why when you look at all the artists out now, it seems like there's no one-hit wonders because the one-hit wonders get out of here like that. Because if you don't have a thorough body of work, we're not gonna check for you again. If you don't have,
here's the thing I'm gonna tell you about that. And I'm gonna say this like I'm gonna tell you why the radio spins, YouTube, and all of that, Apple, them streaming services overrated because one person can listen to a song 10 times. And the reason why y'all do that because when we listen to our music, we were listening on to a tape or a CD 10 times where that person didn't get the same spin he would have got back then. If we did it, so it's overrated.
But guess what?
It's overrated.
When you have access to literally any song
some songs more than once on Apple Music. But if I listen to it on a CD, that person wouldn't get the same spin.
But guess what? They should because there's no reason why somebody whose CD got constant spins and it's a classic should get the same money for sales as somebody who went platinum because they had a hot single and the rest of the album was cheeks. But guess what? Now artists, when you see an artist that's going crazy numbers, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same in views, have been on the Billboard Top 100 albums since they came out.
So is Michael Jackson.
So is Michael Jackson. But I'm talking about a current artist. But guess what? You're talking about Drake and Michael Jackson, two amazing artists. And because they're amazing artists, people continuously go back and listen to their bodies of works. So instead of it being like, I'm just going back and listening to my CD. And meanwhile, Lil Joe Bummy, who had one good song, and it wasn't even his part that was good. It had like 3 features on it. And he can't sell 1 million copies off that song. People are gonna hear that song. Oh, he ain't got nothing else. It's clip. But then the classic songs and the classic albums, people are gonna go back and these artists are gonna continuously eat for the rest of their lives. People don't have to go to the store and buy it. People are just gonna listen to it because it's classic. This is a better style because guess what? You don't have as many trash artists because now labels know for a fact now that I can't sign somebody just for this song. Because for a minute they were signing songs. If I sign the song, I'm gonna take an L because I can't sign the song and then do numbers on the album and the tour. Because people are gonna know Dog only has one song. And we can't sell the tour for song. Even Corey Leary, people remember the other song, but you know what a major selling point on her tour was? Corey Leary had 2 albums before this. And both of them were actually very good. She's a better artist than her single tells you she is. Same with Young Blue. Young Blue didn't tour for song. Young Blue had a fire song, and then he had amazing bodies of work come before that song and coming after that song. And that's what sold his tour. And that's why his album did well.
I don't know who they are. So
Young Blue is Still Mine. Corey Leary is...
I know who she is.
Yeah, about to say that's Benzino's daughter.
Yeah.
All right, so
and the only reason I know her because I listen to down south music.
And and that's why I'm not personally coming at you because I know even though you don't listen to all down south music, because I could have sworn I've heard you say you don't like Boosie before, and that is something we have to have a conversation about. I feel like I need to get you in the car and then take you on a long trip with nothing but Boosie playing.
It's not that I don't like Boosie. I've never said I don't like him. I've never listened to Boosie, so I can't comment on something I don't know.
Oh well, look, you need to hear some Boosie, especially Boosie is one of the few artists, and I know some of y'all don't like Boosie because things he says, but you got to realize Boosie's a hood dude. He gonna say what he feels, and his biggest thing is protecting the children. Because when you legitimately beat 8 bodies that you beat on a loophole, your biggest thing is always gonna be protect the kids. It's very weird like that.
Anyway,
but Boosie is one of the few artists that gets better with every project.
So listen, Tell Mama said that she believes that revoke them both. That's the older, I'm assuming the older and the younger generation, until they learn to respect each other. So I agree with you, Tell Mama. I'm going to say the same thing. Do we have a plain Hood Card Revoked? I believe that the older generation and the newer generation needs to get both of their Hood Cards revoked, because until we learn how to bridge that gap and stop disrespecting each other just because we come from different generations and our music is different, then, it's always going to be an issue. And it should never, 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 ever be like that. Point blank, period. We got to learn how to respect each other's art of work because somebody like it. Just like mumble rappers. Y'all don't like mumble rappers, but mumble rappers seem to blow up anyway. So somebody's listening and somebody like it. So when it comes to the verdict for the old generation and new generation, I agree with Too Short, and I believe y'all do or you don't.
I definitely agree with Too Short.
Nah, I mean, I'm mixed about it because he's throwing all the OGs under the bus, and that's not true.
And he's throwing y'all as a majority. Like there's some things that I would throw
that's wrong.
But there's some things I throw the majority of my generation under the bus for that I don't agree with. You feel me? Like
Hood Card Revoked for both sides.
Wow.
For both sides.
Yep.
Point blank, period. It is what it is. Okay?
And I just want to say, like, y'all sometimes y'all call things disrespect that aren't disrespect. Like, I don't agree with it when the young boys say that they don't listen to some of the old school rappers. But if somebody born in 2001 says that they don't rock with Tupac or they feel like somebody is better than Tupac, that's not disrespectful. Bro is just younger than 9/11. Like, he doesn't remember 9/11. Why are you listening to his music opinion on 90s? It's like when y'all said to people, I don't like Grandmaster Flash or that hip hop parade.
No, we never said that shit.
Never said that.
You better go ahead with that.
No. When y'all said y'all ain't get with that school-up doo-doo-op, come on. All right, what was your grandparents listening to? Listen to that school-up Louis Armstrong. Were y'all getting down to that? Were y'all getting down to Louis Armstrong?
Order in the court.
He wilding.
Order in the court. Poppy Fortune, you are absolutely. Poppy Fortune got to get his Hood Card Revoked. Let me explain why. Poppy Fortune get his Hood Card Revoked. After that, let me explain why. Number one, our generation. Let me tell you why that can never be. Because we respect the generation before us. Not only that, we listen to the shit that our parents listened to.
Yeah, we
still do. We understand where real music came from. We listen to people like the Isley Brothers, the Whisperers, Marvin Gaye, shit that people sample to this day. Okay? So absolutely, that is a false statement that you just said, because ain't no way in hell we know where the real I'm gonna call it real music. You know why? Because that shit circulates and circulates and circulates to the point where your generation and even the ones even after y'all will use the shit and still using it. Okay, not even real true fucking creators. Y'all really just recycling.
What are you
shit.
talking about? Your generation did the same thing. Hip hop literally started. Everything was a sample. What are you talking about?
Puffy did that shit.
Hip hop started over using the tracks, spitting them, flipping them up, and sampling them. The whole hip hop is based on sampling. I just want to say sampling is moving forward. You have people sampling 90s stuff, and honestly, in a couple years, people are going to be sampling Drake because there's already people sampling Drake, low-key.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying about it, right? All right, cool. Y'all listen to them. But were y'all really getting down if somebody was going to play some Ella Fitzgerald? Like, nah, y'all have been like, yo, bro, we chilling. We trying to have a good time. Play something new.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all at the party and somebody cut on some Ella Fitzgerald and y'all gonna be in it. Y'all not doing the running man Ella Fitzgerald.
But we was rocking at the party with Marvin Gaye.
But yeah, not Marvin Gaye, yeah. But guess what? We gonna be rocking at the party with Jodeci and all that.
Trying to get busy with Marvin Gaye.
But guess what? Even these young boys are gonna rock at the party if they cut on Jodeci.
Wait, hold up.
I don't mean it that way.
Hold up. But wait a minute. Something ain't right.
What you talking about?
Let's be honest.
We listen to old school when we were sitting with the girls and shit, you know?
R&B is different than hip-hop because you're talking about R&B. R&B is, most of the time, a good R&B song is always going to be timeless. You can take a good R&B song from any era and you can place it in any era and it's going to be a timeless song. But guess what? That Ella Fitzgerald and stuff, that wasn't really R&B. That was a whole nother genre. That was basically the hip-hop of the time. They was doing the scat and all that. Come on now. Y'all were not jiving to that. We talking about upbeat music, not somebody singing a slow jam. Slow jams always going to be the way.
We listen to a lot of the old school music. I can't name some of them off the top of my head right now, but I know it in my phone.
Yeah, but guess what? Everybody does. Because guess what? Even in my day, Two Live Crew would get the party jumping, and that's old school music because they made music that was just like,
y'all gonna
you rapping about women gonna be it's gonna always last.
Let's move on because y'all gonna be old school one day. Let's go on to the next generation.
The beef of the generation.
I'm gonna tell you now, some of the new school won't even make it to old school.
Oh man.
Hold on. I just want to say, 10 years ago, he said this about J. Cole.
No, I did.
Yes, you did. You said J. Cole would not last 10 years. We were on the way to New Jersey.
I've never said that.
Am I bugging? He did say that. He said, I don't think Cole lasts 10 years. This was after Cole's first album.
No.
This is after J. Cole's first album came out.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, you know why?
I wish I had the tape.
I'm gonna tell you. You know why? Because we were listening to J. Cole before he got put on when he was rapping in the steps.
And you said you don't think that he lasts 10 years. You said you don't think anybody from that generation
you got the wrong person. I was on J. Cole before he took off.
That was look, I remember that because we had that conversation about him and about Kendrick and about one other rapper.
Wrong rapper. It might have been Kendrick, then that was before I actually really listened to his music.
That's even worse. Kendrick's so fire, he hasn't dropped a song in 5 years. Right, my boy went platinum immediately.
The only reason I didn't like, because what happened with Kendrick, I didn't really listen to his music. So I made a statement off of a song or a lyric that I heard. But after I heard the music, I was like, oh, Kendrick hot.
They talk about us. We look, and guess what? Look, I'm a fan of like I said, I was born in 94, so the old school for me isn't the same as old school somebody born in 2000. But I'm a fan of the old school. But at the same time, I'm gonna be honest. You play some Cool Mo D or some Grandmaster Flash around me, I'm gonna tell you cut that off. Do you play some Wu-Tang?
Shit, you playing around me, I'm gonna tell you to cut it off.
But you just told me that y'all was getting down to that. Wait a minute. We just going to the line.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the court.
All the time.
But okay.
I'm about to shut your mics off. I'm about to shut your mics off. We are not disrespecting the legends in hip hop. We are not doing that here today on the Hood Court. I refuse to let that shit happen, okay? I will play your shit if it comes on, okay? We are not going to do that because we are here today because of them people. So, no, we're not turning that shit off. We might say, hey, that's back in the day. It's a little old school, but we still going to respect.
But we respect them as legends.
Respect on their name. Stop playing with me.
I respect them as legends, but at the same time, I respect Jack Johnson as a legendary boxer. But I'm not watching a Jack Johnson fight over an Ali fight on any day of the week. But I respect Jack Johnson as a legendary, the first black heavyweight champion. But I'm not watching a Jack Johnson. So it's
mama said duct tape.
So like,
sit around, rapping around.
And he said he not listening to them like that. But if you cut on some Big Daddy Kane, some Cool G, some Rakim, some Wu-Tang,
where Tyler go?
He hung up.
I'm gonna be all for it. So it's like you gotta understand. At certain points, your music ages out. At this point, most of the artists that I named, because the kids are, I understand a lot of the slang because guess what? I grew up with my parents speaking that slang. A lot of these kids, aren't gonna know what Big Daddy Kane and Rakim and them are talking about because they don't understand late 80s, early 90s slang.
Let me say
that
something.
Sound like gibberish.
Let me say something to you, and we're gonna move on from this, all right? But I'm gonna say this real quick. Music, right? It's all about a mood. So sometimes you might listen to down south music. Like I listen to some down south music. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for that. I listen to some up north music. Sometimes I'm in the mood to listen to New Edition in them. It's all about a mood. It doesn't, and you know, sometimes I listen to Kumo D and Big Daddy Kane, but it's all about my mood. So you know, it's not that I'm saying right now I don't want to listen to it. It's just every song depends on your mood. Every listening genre is a mood.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fact. Because guess what? I will go back and watch Kumo D versus Grandmaster Flash with the first ever rap battle. I will go back and watch that just because it's a piece of hip-hop history. But I got to be in the mood for it. But their music is something like, they could really be rapping crazy and spitting some bars. But I don't understand your slang. So it sounds like you're saying, so to me, it really sounds like you're not saying much. That's why my generation isn't going to jive with it. That's why the next generation doesn't jive with a lot of the 90s music. And the generation after that, I grew up, 50 Cent is the man to me. The next generation, not going to understand. What about the Yin Yang Twins? What about Twister? What about Busta Rhymes?
That wasn't our generation.
Twister wasn't your generation? Twister is your age.
Twister
is your exact age.
No,
you were listening to Twister with it. Slow Jams wasn't your generation?
No, I'm going to say something to you real quick, right? Because
y'all need slow jams in your damn life.
We do got slow jams. Hold on.
No, y'all talk about bitches all day. Y'all talk about none about damn
that's the gangster rappers. We still got.
Tell me what song y'all slow dancing to today?
We got a lot of R&B music.
Tell me.
Look, just go play some Khaled. Go play some Chris Brown. We'll still slow dance to Trey Songz.
Khaled and Chris Brown.
Not DJ Khaled.
This is what's wrong with the world
today. There's a singer Khaled.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Khaled. Now I'm gonna say
go 6 Black or Black, whatever his name is.
He said
Jeremiah. Like we have so many R&B artists that don't get their shine because like they push gangster, but there's a reason why all these R&B guys are still going platinum. Because Tory Lanez.
He contradicted. The young kids get mad with us when we say, "Hey, we don't want to listen to your music," but then he turned around and said the same thing about our music.
You did,
but I didn't say y'all music. Okay. I said their music. I said you talking about. Grant Kumo D was
I'm not talking about Kumo
D was coming up when you was a child and you're my father. Like, what do you do?
I'm not talking about Kumo D.
I'm supposed to understand his slang. He was running around with Frank Lucas.
I'm not talking about Kumo D, but our music still. Because I'm gonna look at it like this: if you're not willing to listen to the music before you, how do you think you ever gonna last?
But like I said, I will go back and listen to it, but it's not something that when I listen to it, it's not going to ever be something I'm like, yo, cut that on. Or somebody cuts it on, like, oh yeah, we about to vibe to that.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand what they're talking about, but here's the difference.
Big shout out to Pulse on the check-ins. And yes, good music is timeless. Absolutely.
There's a lot of phrases from back in the day I never heard nobody say. Now, I have heard a lot more people in my generation saying jive, because jive is just a smooth word. Like, I'm so mad that went away with our grandparents. That is a smooth word. But I heard y'all say no cap. Look, you hear me?
No, but I hear
y'all saying no cap all the time. It's just like, y'all got to understand the slang.
Yo, here's the thing. He says he don't understand our music, right? So he don't want to rock with it. But we say that we don't understand your music and we don't want to rock with it.
I'm not claiming I don't understand their words. I know the words coming out their mouth, but some of the slang, y'all just outright say, nah, I can't understand. Y'all say, y'all act like y'all didn't know what Future was saying. I remember at one point, y'all be like, Wayne talk gibberish. No, Wayne don't.
No,
Wayne
I never said about that.
Wayne.
I understand Wayne. I like Wayne. I've never said that about Wayne.
You gonna tell me people your generation from up top didn't say Wayne talk gibberish? There were some.
No.
There were some.
Well, I don't know any people who said it.
Groovy. That's right. Tell mama.
Hey, just to say, there's no disrespect. There's no disrespect. Look, Groovy, you gotta be a certain level of high to say Groovy.
Groovy's in the
you gotta be a certain level of high to say Groovy.
Pulsar said slow jams don't exist no more.
Y'all wildin'.
Pulsar, please. Talk to me, because this is what I was talking to them the other day. I'm like, yo, these kids don't know what love is. They don't even know if they go to a dance right now, what they slow dancing to. That's why they got to come back to our generation, baby, because our generation at least knew what love was. Y'all only know niggas and bitches all day. Stop playing. That's all y'all know.
But y'all listening to the wrong thing. I just named 10 artists. I just named 10 artists that make slow songs.
What they say?
I'm not good at naming songs on the top of my head.
I bet you I know what they said. They said, bitch, you can suck my you know what, and this.
No, these are real slow jams and
love songs. They talking about love?
Y'all just listening to the wrong thing. R&B is always going to be R&B.
Send me that, please. I gotta hear it. I have got to hear it.
Matter of fact, while y'all here, go look up Ro James. RO space JAMES. Go look him up. And then go look up Masego.
Oh, DJ Tony Neal plays slow jams. I think I popped up on his stuff a few times. Listen, we're gonna move on. I want to talk about the shootings before we get up out of here, because this is something that we definitely need to address. First thing we want to say, we want to shout y'all all out for chilling out with us, to have these discussions about people who getting their hood card revoked. So big shout out to all of y'all out there for tapping in with us on the Hood Court. But I do want to first, and I probably should have did this in the beginning of the show, but it's better late than never, send our regards here from all of us at From the Ground Up Productions to the families, the parents, and everybody out there who lost a loved one, the kids and all of that. First, we got the Buffalo shooting, and Town Mama, I know she had mentioned that he only got charged with one murder when there was several people that he killed. And then we turn around and we got this Texas shooting at the elementary school. These are very serious issues that's going on. We send our kids to school for a time to learn and socialize and to be around their peers, and it's so many different things, to engage in sports and etc. But you got to now worry about if your kids is coming home at the end of the day, and it's a very scary time, and not just for kids, for the teachers, for the parents. And honestly, I'm sure it's a hard job. And I have to say, it really is for the police officers, the good ones who do have to worry about gun. I got to be out here, you know what I mean? And I might get killed, you know what I mean? So these are some troubling times that we are living in today. And I just want, again, to send our prayers out to the families and everybody that lost somebody. This is a very sad moment. Y'all want to speak on this?
Yeah, I want to say something real quick.
Okay, yeah.
What I'm gonna say to everybody, anybody who's listening, throughout the world, throughout the United States, it's time we stop making this about gun control.
Facts.
We got to stop allowing, and I'm gonna say it exactly for what it is. These Democratic politicians are always gonna pick one subject that they believe, or one demographic of people that they believe are the blame for this, and they don't fix it. And now they're looking at the demographic of how would you call it, the mental health. They always look at it as we're gonna go after mental health. Nah, these people who are doing this, mental health is bigger than somebody grabbing a gun and shooting kids. That is not a mental issue. This guy knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And then we don't fix gun control by blaming one group of people.
Yeah.
And that's what has to be fixed. The criminals don't give a goddamn. And even though people are buying their guns legally, right? Some of these guys are buying their guns legally. They are not mentally incapable. They knew what they were doing when they went there and bought the gun. They knew all of this. So we can't allow these politicians to think the only way to fix gun control is blaming it on the mental health.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to say this, and the only thing that stops a bad person with the gun is normally a good person with a gun. And I understand police take a while to respond. Every school, like me going to school, and yes, I went to school in Portsmouth, Virginia, which if you know the state of Virginia or Hampton Roads, that is the inner city. But guess what we had? We had police in every school. And guess what we didn't have to worry about? Anybody shooting up the school, because bro, you're making a bad decision. You see two cops, but there's like four more and they little tuck spot back there. They gonna air you out. Every school needs that. And I also feel like this. If you have teachers who have been there for a while and shown their character and shown that they aren't nutcases and they are licensed to carry.
You just made that statement that.
But here's the thing, because we do have while mental health shouldn't be the biggest thing, and yes, this person committed a heinous act, his mental health should not be the first thing. We do have a giant mental health crisis in this country. On the planet.
The giant mental health crisis is not shooting up places.
But hold on, let me finish this. If you have a teacher who's been there for a while and he's shown he's not a nutcase, a nutcase doesn't mean you're going to shoot things up. It just means he's not a stable person, he or she, right? And you know that this is a stable person who is not going to pull their gun out for no reason. And it's not going to have a moment in the school where they just wild out. and they pass a psych eval, because at the end of the day, you're dealing with children. You should have to pass a psych eval. You should have to pass a separate written test on top of the fact that you already have your license to conceal and carry in state. Then those teachers should be allowed to carry in school. Going to school, I went to school that we had RTC. RTC is where you have actual former soldiers. We had Gunnery Sergeant Larry Nash, who, if I'm not mistaken, fought in the first Desert Storm, Darfur, ended up going to Kosovo in the Balkans, ended up going to, I want to say, one of the other countries that we were in at that time. And then he went back to Afghanistan and back to Iraq before he got out. And Captain Mace, who served in Vietnam. There's no reason why, if you have ROTC programs, the ROTC directors should not be allowed to carry their firearms in school. Because who else would you trust with a firearm than the combat veterans?
Well, I'm gonna say it like this, all right?
But I just gotta say one last thing. I don't take it as a politically left or right, Democrat, Republican thing, because at the end of the day, I've come to realize this. None of them are for us. All of them are against us. You need to look at your people in office and realize that, again, the only thing that stops a good guy with a gun is a bad guy with a gun. Earlier today, I was taking my little brother through a training workout, and we had ESPN on, and they were talking about the situation. And I had to inform him that banning guns doesn't help anything. A lot of things are illegal. Homicide is illegal. This man committed 19 acts of homicide plus 21 acts of homicide plus at least one attempted murder that wasn't successful. And I had to look at my little brother when we were talking about it, tell him, you want to know something to be real? I don't commit any crimes. The most illegal thing I do is smoke weed. And weed is legal in New York, so it's not even a crime. But you know what's crazy? If I wanted a gun right now, illegally, I could probably call 10 people. Anybody I know who sells weed or anything else could quickly get me a gun and would for the money. So what does banning things do if somebody can literally go anywhere in a corner, find somebody who sells anything illegal and be like, yo, bro, hook me up with a gun? What are we doing but keeping law-abiding citizens from having guns? And guess what happens when a law-abiding citizen doesn't have a gun? When somebody kicks in your door, how are you protecting your family? But you going to fight the criminal that still has his gun? Because I hope y'all don't think that criminals are giving guns back. Because it's not just the mass shootings you have to worry about. You also have to worry about regular things like robberies. You want to know something that doesn't happen in places with a lot of guns? A lot of random crime. Yeah, there might be a high crime rate, but guess what? That crime tends to be generalized and localized to the other people committing crimes. Because guess what? If I know you're a regular person, you have a gun, you're gonna smoke me if I come in your house. Why am I gonna come in your house? And I know if I'm gonna risk getting smoked, I'm gonna go in the drug dealer's house because at least I know I'm gonna get more out of that, right? If I know both of y'all got a gun. Meanwhile, you're a law-abiding citizen, and I know you don't. Like, I want to say, what was the newspaper that posted all the people that own guns in New York City's addresses?
I think it's the Post, the one I don't remember. I know.
And guess what happened? Those people who own guns, neighbors, got robbed because I know you ain't strapped, bro. I know he is. So if we ban guns, you have to realize things get worse. Criminals now run the streets. Look at Britain. Where a person get a Rambo knife and he dead to run the block. Somebody get a 22 pistol and everybody got to be shook at him because you dead don't got nothing to defend yourself against that man if he decides to start shooting because nobody else has a gun and nobody can legally get one. And if he starts shooting, the police don't even got guns. They got to call another unit with police.
Did you have something to respond to?
I got to say something to this. I'm going to say it like this, right? You got to think, I'm going to address the two shootings that we know about and anybody who does random shootings. Anytime somebody does a random shooting, they're doing it where the people are most vulnerable. They're not doing it where they know somebody's going to hand them back. If these guys really wanted to be about it, they wouldn't have walked into schools. He wouldn't have walked into a supermarket. He'd have walked into where he knew he'd have got a fight.
But you in the military yourself, you know, what do you pick? You don't pick the hard target. You pick the soft target.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying to you.
There shouldn't be as many soft targets.
Well, unfortunately, you got to look at these guys. I'm gonna call them what they are. They were punks.
Yeah,
they were suckers.
But there shouldn't be as many soft targets.
One went after kids, and one went after somebody in shopping.
In a state where he knew he couldn't have guns. He drove 4 hours to them where they could have guns. And that's the issue. The entire New York state is honestly a soft target for mass shootings because y'all need to get votes in place to where y'all can have guns, especially New York City, because there's no reason why somebody in New York State who can legally own and conceal a gun can go to New York City and get charged with the gun crime and then sent to a state prison. Like I got charged with a gun crime for a city violation when I'm legal in the state, and then y'all sent me to a state prison up by Canada.
Well,
Like,
that's about to hopefully in a couple of months, a couple of days, it's going to get fixed.
And I hope it does. But if it doesn't,
That's a
everybody
good
who
freaking
votes
point.
against changing that, you need to vote out of office. You need to be able to carry your guns, because guess what? If they could have had their firearms in that Buffalo supermarket, this would not have been that bad. One person did.
The cop did.
The cop did, and the cop didn't get a chance to pull his, because guess what? When you know only one person has a gun, same way we said they're gonna attack soft targets. And when you hit the soft target and you attack the one hard thing in the building, which is the one guy with the gun. Now everything else is jelly.
Yeah.
This is just really crazy, man.
We gotta
gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, it's until we go after politicians to get them to stop fighting with each other, acting like they're looking out for us. This is going to be a constant thing, because I'm going to say to you one thing: when the politicians themselves are getting shot at and still not doing anything about it, it ain't going to change until we do something.
And I want to say that all these politicians and celebrities you see saying guns should be banned, remember this: they have armed security, and even when guns are banned, they still gonna have armed security. You can't have a gun, but my security can.
Yep.
So don't let them get because they gonna be protected. You're not.
I'm gonna say
you're
this.
not.
I'm gonna say this, and then we can end it. Anybody, male, female, between the ages of 18 and 25 without a felony, go get a gun and watch how fast. Go get a legal gun and watch how fast the laws change.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't normally promote
watch
illegal
how
things.
fast they fix it.
But everybody protect yourself. Protect yourself in whatever way you can.
Yep. Go out there and get you a legal gun and watch how fast laws will start to get fixed.
I don't care what you got going on. Everybody protect yourself and protect your family.
I'll say this. Any 18-year-old to 25-year-old black person.
Definitely.
Because you got, and I'm not making this a black or white thing, but you got to remember, originally these laws would change because black people started using these laws against them.
Yeah, we're back with that's why all these states banned the open carry laws. And I also want to say this: don't just buy a gun. You buy your gun, you go to the range. You have to cycle a certain amount of rounds through a gun before the gun is even primed. In that time, you should learn how to use your gun, learn the weight of your gun, learn the recoil of your gun, learn how to sight your gun, learn how to clean and properly maintain your gun. So if something breaks, you can fix it.
They make classes for that.
They do.
Take a class.
Take a class. But at the same time, don't just buy your gun and think you're safe. Make sure you know how to use it, because the gun in the hands of somebody who doesn't know how to use it is just as dangerous as the gun in the hands of a bad person.
Yep.
All right, we're going to close it out with that, guys. I got to go to the bathroom, so we shutting this shit down. All right. But again, y'all know, listen, we always like to keep it, funny in the beginning, joking around, getting the Hood Card Revoked. But at the end of the day, when we have to address some serious issues out there, we don't never want to leave without doing that, because we have to address that. We got to talk about it. And they gave some very great points. I think we all did. And again, sending our love and our prayers out to the family. And just like both of y'all said, really being able to protect yourself is so important. Make sure y'all go out. Voting is important. So when people say no, it don't matter, it really, really does. Okay, because that's how laws are changed. So anyway, we're gonna get up out of here. Big shout out. What time am I say?
When you use that gun, know your target and what's beyond it. Your child could be on the other end.
Which is why you buy Hollow. If you're allowed
I love that time on that. Yes.
If you are allowed to fill your magazine, fill your clip with hollow point rounds, you fill it with hollow point rounds, because hollow points will not go through walls, and most of the time they will not go through a person. So you don't have to worry about what's hitting what's on the other side, as long as you don't miss.
All right, y'all. This has been Hood Court. Y'all know that we took this one ghetto moment at a time, but we got through it, and we will see y'all next week later.
On time.
On time, yes. For the first time, we not going to promise y'all, because
I don't know. It's hood shit, okay? We see y'all next week sometime.
Peace out.
Later.
enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.